The monstrous Kern River in California's Sierra Nevada mountains has sucked in a raft full of unsuspecting vacationers. 25-mile-an-hour rapids slammed their raft into a tree, spilling panicked passengers into the frigid waters. Good pals Mike McCabe and Ed Flickinger are just 2 of 7 desperate victims.
We look into one tree, there's 2 people stuck in a tree. A few feet away, we look at another tree, there's another couple people. Another tree, there's another couple people. They're in these trees hanging on for dear life.
Kern County Air Rescue deputies, John McAdoo, Kevin Austin, Jason Nelson, and pilot Berto Penaloza know they have pure chaos on their hands.
We had a game plan together. It didn't look good, but we were willing to try it.
The team heads for the chopper and braces for the most challenging rescue attempt of their careers.
Not only were we dealing with trees and very, very strong current on the river, but also with shifty and gusty winds.
Bad news for pilot Penaloza, who's got to keep the chopper steady as possible.
We all need to be in constant communication with each other to know exactly what needs to be done.
Kevin Austin operates the hoist from the skids while attached to the chopper. This is a demonstration.
I lean out and actually have the cable on my shoulder so I can push him around.
This is the real deal. Deputy Austin is at the controls above the scene. Rescuer Jason Nelson dangles 150 feet below. Those are his legs hanging in the trees near the victim, Mike McCabe. There's a big problem. The trees are obstructing Deputy Austin's view from the chopper.
I can't see his hand movements. I don't know what he's trying to tell me. It was a nightmare.
The pressure is on for Deputy Austin.
Man alive, it's only going to take one mistake, and I'm going to have to cut the cable, and my rescuer is now going to become a victim.
Deputy McAdoo decides he'll be Deputy Austin's eyes and ears. That's him on his belly on the chopper floor, trying to get the rescuer down below in his line of sight.
I would lay down and I would just get the best vantage point that I could. And when I saw Jason's hand signals, I would relay that to Kevin, and it seemed to work out a lot better. Eventually, Jason gets low enough to where he can fight his way through the limbs of the trees.
The rescuer has got to get victim Mike McCabe inside a harness. Deputy McAdoo shows how it's done.
I'm going to face my victim, bring it over their shoulders, around their torso.
If the victim lets go of the tree before he's properly secured in the harness, he'll be swept to his death. But the rescuer secures Mike without a problem, and up they go.
We brought Mike up with the rescuer. At that point, I directed the pilot to get us over to the river's edge.
For victim Mike McCabe, getting in the harness is a pure act of faith.
Well, I'm afraid of heights, and I thought, I'm going to have a hard time with this, and I thought, this is how I'm going to get saved. I've got to get with the program.
Mike is bruised and scratched, but thrilled to be alive. Now he's worried about the rest of the victims, especially his buddy Ed Flickinger. That's Ed clinging to a small tree with another victim behind him. Deputy McAdoo is on the rescue line now. And thankfully this time, the chopper crew has a clear shot.
I thought it was going to be a cakewalk. So I thought.
New problem. The winds have kicked up. They're gusting and the chopper is doing a dangerous dance in the skies.
It wasn't blowing just from one direction, it was swirling. I don't care how good you are, it's not going to look smooth.
I'm right above the water, and all it takes is one minor gust of wind, and that helicopter is dropped a foot.
It takes several exhausting attempts before Deputy McAdoo finally reaches Ed, who's been clinging to the small tree for more than an hour.
I can only imagine by looking in their face and seeing the fear that they've been holding on to this small sapling of a tree for an hour, hour and a half. And now I am telling them, let go of the tree, I've got you.
With the help of the other victim, the rescuer gets the harness around Ed. It's another incredible rescue under horrific circumstances.
I was definitely a willing participant because the consequence would have been that tree was going to go any time, and I was quite afraid of that.
By the time it's all over, the air rescue unit saves every single victim on the raging waters, but they won't take any credit.
If you think that I'm going to go around and push my chest out and, you know, beat it like King Kong and say, look what I have done, no way. You go on to the next one.
Deputy McAdoo's wild ride earns him some new nicknames.
One was Teabag and the other was Dunkin' Donuts.
When Mike and Ed return to the mighty Kern 2 months later, the waters are deceivingly calm.
Just a beautiful time now. Who would ever thought would have happened that day on June 5th?
And these two survivors are reminded of a valuable lesson learned.
Maybe I felt kind of humbled in a way that they did all of this for me. I felt kind of exhilarated that here I am on shore, I'm safe, I'm walking around, I'm not injured. I certainly was relieved by that.
I've gone through the Kern Canyon many times, and I know that sign, and I know the people that have drowned, and I always think that, oh, it's people that are not familiar with the Kern River are the ones that get drowned.
And I may cross on the highway, but I'll never swim Kern River again.